Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. And today's a day that's ruled by the third eye and guided by life force. And the galactic signature of today is the red crystal Skywalker energy. So this red Skywalker energy is all about exploration, space, and wakefulness. Today, we are being guided to explore the space both within and without, to allow ourselves to become clear channels through which we may receive the messages of prophecy. The red Skywalker energy is the prophet. It is the energy that seeks to unite heaven and earth, to bring heaven to earth. And so wherever that inspiration is flowing today, whatever guidance we are receiving, whatever messages we are receiving today, it's one of those days, you guys, so just bear with me. We're being guided to share those. We're being guided to really look at our role as these messengers of prophecy, as these beings who are here to shift and change the world, to bring that heaven to earth, and to do that and understand that we bring heaven to earth every single day through the ways that we interact with other people, through the ways that we share our light, through the ways that we share what's within our hearts. And so just being that change that we want to see in the world today, that's the way that we bring heaven to earth. This is also an energy that's calling us to be aware, to cultivate that power of wakefulness, that power of awareness, to really notice and pay attention to what's being presented to us in our reality today. This is an energy of transcending old paradigms, of really breaking free and being fearless in that exploration of ourselves and our worlds that really allows us to see what's ready to shift and what's ready to change so that we can continue to grow and evolve. So paying attention to that and noticing that we have that power of free will like we talked about yesterday. So if we are noticing what is laid out on our path before us and it's not to our liking, we know that we can shift and change that. We know that there is nothing that is absolute. Everything is always malleable and changeable. So how are we going to mold that today? How are we going to shift that and shape that to our liking, to a place that feels more heart-centered, that feels more resonant, right? We can always shift and change our experience by shifting and changing our resonance, by going more deeply into our heart centers, by clearing and purifying our channel, by listening to that intuition and following that guidance. And so today's a really great day to practice all of those things. The affirmation for today is, I dedicate in order to explore, universalizing wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of life force. And we do have this beautiful tone of cooperation today with this crystal tone. So really getting together with like-minded people, sharing those ideas, sharing those messages of prophecy today. And the secondary affirmation is, I am Ben Skywalker. I am your messenger of the light. I give to you the ability to travel through time and space. And so today's a day where we are being called to be more daring, to open our mind and explore the possibilities that lie before us, to open up our minds and our hearts to possibilities that we may not have even noticed before. And that's another aspect of being wakeful, right? When we are wakeful, when we are aware, we recognize possibilities and opportunities that we may not have recognized otherwise. The guidance for today is to focus on sharing sacred messages to unite heaven and earth, face challenges and grow, find empowerment in fluid reference points, and to actively participate in creating the new future. And from the Astro Dream Advisor, Red Skywalker is the Skywalker, the time-space traveler who can jump dimensions to assist you in realizing heaven on earth. Red Skywalker is unlimited in form, but often chooses the form of the angelic messenger. A person who embodies cosmic wisdom may be known as a Skywalker, sage, or bodhisattva. When others see such light in human form, they feel the vibration of heaven. This vibration may be embodied by you or experienced with a guru master, an energy such as Red Skywalker, or in a chance encounter with an extraordinary person. And I'm feeling those for some people today, those chance encounters with extraordinary people. That's why be awake and be aware. An encounter with the energy of Red Skywalker can spark a deep yearning within you for reunion with the source. Yet from this place of love and compassion, you also have a desire embodied in physical form to serve the light. This is the place in you that has the courage to fully express unconditional love, the depths of your being. Red Skywalker asks you to live the new myth by bringing this heaven to earth in your daily life. As this reality is lived, it touches and awakens the same truth in others. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Red Skywalker represents balance in your life. Not static balance, but a dynamic equilibrium that includes both your present expression and your star-seated self. In Red Skywalker's star glyph, you see the pillars of heaven don't appear to touch the earth. You are the element that appears to be missing in the star glyph. You are the one whose expression of the light assists in drawing the pillars of heaven to earth. I'm going to say that again. You are the one whose expression of the light assists in drawing the pillars of heaven to earth. Joining these pillars in yourself can be viewed as reuniting your male and female aspects. Together in balance, we create the pillars of the etheric temples of heaven on earth. The natural state of every system moves toward balance that is fluid and free, as in dance. That balance is experienced differently by each person, but it often brings a sense of steadiness or centeredness, even in the midst of movement and change. When you are dancing, you can use your very state of imbalance to create the fluidity of the dance. So really allowing ourselves, if we feel our equilibrium being thrown off, to really just move with that and flow with that, right? When we are static, that's and fixed, that's when we have the difficulty. When we are fluid, when we are allowing that movement, then we're able to much more easily adapt to the flow of our lives, the flow that our day is going to take, right? So just really being open in that way, and just knowing and understanding that balance is fluid, like it says, and it does look different for different people. So what keeps me balanced is not going to be the same as what keeps you balanced. And that's why it's so important to know ourselves and to really trust our own intuition when it comes to things. Right now is really important to be working on maintaining that balance, because we are in this Lionsgate portal energy. We have a lot of energies coming through. I'm hoping to get the video done for that later today. I've been working through those energies and sort of sifting through those this morning. We are doing the live on the 8/8 portal, which is also the Leo new moon. That's going to be at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube. That is a free event. Donations are, of course, always appreciated and welcome, but it's free for anyone who wants to join. And so I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. I have no idea what we're going to do. We're just going to be guided. I have some general thoughts. There's definitely going to be some guided meditation. We'll be doing some releases and some downloads and some different stuff like that. It's going to be really fun. So definitely join. The link for that is already up somewhere here on YouTube. The countdown, whatever it is. It's the first time I've done anything like that, so I'm fairly certain you can find it if you go into my videos or playlists somewhere. It should be able to pop up. But that's at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's going to be really fun. But these energies, right? So we need to be taking care of ourselves. We need to be listening to ourselves. There may be times where we feel like we need a lot of rest and a lot of sleep. That was most of the beginning of this week for me. We're probably going to feel thirstier than usual. Even if you're not feeling thirstier, try to drink more water. Try to get sunshine if you can. Get that natural air. Really connect with the earth in order to assist with the integration of these energies. Just follow your own body's rhythm and what it is that your body is asking of you in order to regain that equilibrium and that sense of balance, and allow that process of integration as all of these powerful energies are just kind of pouring in for us right now. As far as the astrology goes today, it's essentially the energies, and the way that I was feeling the energies is pretty similar to yesterday. So if you guys didn't check out the reading from yesterday, check that out, where I get into the astrology there. We still have that T-square going on that we talked about yesterday with the Sun and Mercury and Saturn and Uranus. We got just a lot of similar energies going on. We do have, I will say, the moon getting ready to move out of Gemini and into Cancer right now. So later this evening, the moon will be in Cancer. And the moon is, was it the moon that I was looking at? It's in a nice trine to Jupiter today. It's in a nice trine to Jupiter. It is in a square to Neptune. And we also have Venus in a loose opposition to Neptune. So we want to just take that into account. This may be bringing up, remember, Neptune's in retrograde right now, which means that it's more about seeing through the illusion. Neptune can kind of be that illusory energy in its direct motion, but when it's retrograde, it's revealing truths. And so there may be more truths being revealed to us right now, and I'm going to talk about this more in the Lionsgate portal video. But a lot is being brought to our awareness. That's why this red Skywalker energy today is absolutely perfect, because we are being asked to cultivate that deeper sense of awareness, and whether we're wanting to or not, it is coming in. So paying attention to that awareness, where that's coming up within us today. We may feel that coming up within our emotional bodies as we have this square to Neptune here with the moon and this opposition with Venus. We also have Venus, though, trining Uranus and conjunct the part of Fortune today. And so this is a really beautiful creative energy. We are being guided to create. Anything that we do that brings more beauty to our lives or more beauty to the world is going to make us feel really good and fulfilled today. And it may help to balance out some of these heavier energies that some of us may be experiencing. These heavier energies that we are experiencing are coming up because they are being released. So just be aware of that as we move through the next few days, really gaining steam, heading towards the pinnacle of the 8-8 portal on, of course, 8-8. As when you feel these heavier emotions come up, just tell yourself, this is coming up because it's releasing. All right, and send it back to God's light. Imagine you're just breathing it back to God. You know, put up your hands, clear that energy, breathe it back to God. Clear. Return it to source, because that's where it's wanting to go. That's where it's wanting to go. I had a conversation with a beautiful friend of mine yesterday, Kayla. She has a channel, Kayla Divine Channel. We started our original YouTube channel, Intuitive Insights, together, and she was talking about this whole idea that energy wants to be liberated, right? It wants to be returned to source. And so when we hold on to things, it's actually a very selfish act, because who are we to hold on to that energy when that energy wants to be liberated? And so when we return energy to source, we are actually, that's a beautiful thing that we can do for the energy itself. So really just focusing on returning that to source, anything that comes up. All right, what guidance do we have from the Archangels today? We have Archangel Geramiel coming out. Enter a higher planetary service, be a blazing light. So that energy of service coming through very strongly and very powerfully right now. Higher planetary service, right? It's like a lot of the gifts and the abilities that are being strengthened and activated during this 8-8 portal. The purpose for that is higher planetary service, really. I mean, that's what our gifts are for. That's a big part of why we have them and how we utilize them and how we help them to grow, is really by being of service, right? Being of service. Service is love in action, right? And so that's a way that we express love. That's one of the highest ways that we express love, that we live love, is to be of service. And so the more deeply we can connect with that, the more deeply we're going to connect to these multidimensional aspects of ourselves. We are these beautiful blazing lights, right? I mean, we are God, right? So we have these gifts and abilities just because we are, right? Because how could we be anything different? If we are God, of course we are going to have all of the energy of God, right? So it's not necessary. So like when I say like we have these gifts to be of service, but at the same time, what is God if not an embodiment of love? What is God but not constant? Like the energy of God, that energy of love, right, is of source, is constantly of service anyway. So really it all links back in together. Yeah. So really looking at the ways that we can be of higher planetary service right now. We're all being called to that. All of us who came here with that purpose, right? And how are we to be of higher planetary service? By being a blazing light. By letting our light shine, right? That light, when we shine it, liberates others and gives them the courage to shine their light too. It inspires them. That light is infectious. So the more of that beautiful blazing light we can be, the greater the service to the planet, to humanity, to the cosmos, really. And then we have Archangel Geramiel coming out. Hone your psychic abilities, see through illusion. Right? So there's that Neptune retrograde energy that we were talking about coming through. And this is energy, and I love how this is playing right into some of the stuff that we're going to be getting into in the 8/8 portal video, which is this energy of seeing through illusion. There is so much illusion being presented in our perceived reality right now. And so we are really, really being called to see through that illusion, to recognize that illusion for what it is. And we don't recognize it with our minds, right? We recognize it with our hearts. We feel into it. We sense into it. What is resonating? What is not? And we're going to be seeing more and more. This feeling is going to be getting stronger and stronger as this illusion gets louder, because it is, in effect, being torn down, right? And so in this process of being torn down, it's getting louder. It's trying to make itself feel and seem more real. But we have the ability to sense beyond that. So we're really being asked to do that right now. This energy, this Lionsgate portal energy, right? It is activating our heart centers. It's activating our third eye. It's activating our solar plexus, right? That's that seat of confidence, our ability to express and to live what we know. All right, so our psychic abilities are getting a major upgrade right now. And we're being asked to use them to sense beyond the illusion. What we're being shown on the outside is it's a facade. It's not real. So can we see through the unreal to the real? And remember, this is what's real. Anything based in fear is not real. Only that is based in love is real. And so that's a really great way to navigate this process as we're trying to discern truth for ourselves. What feels fear-based and what feels love-based? What is fear? We talked about this yesterday. False expectations appearing real. False evidence appearing real. So we, if anything, learn to recognize, what does fear sound like? What does fear look like? What does fear feel like? And when we sense that fear behind something, that's something we want to look at. We want to feel into a little more deeply. We want to feel into that from a place of love. Yeah. Fear is the illusion. Archangel Jules is coming out as well. Align with the highest, go with the flow. So that's that energy that we were talking about with the balance, right? The fluid balance and all of that. Just go align with the highest, but I'm feeling the word allow. We're really being asked to allow right now. We're being asked to trust. We're being asked to step more deeply into trust. To align with the highest and best outcome in every situation. To align, and what is the highest vibration? Love, right? So aligning with love, aligning with the highest and best outcome in every situation, the outcome that feels the most like love, aligning with our own souls, going with the flow of where our lives are wanting to take us. And they may be taking us through some twists and turns right now. Things may not, we may have thought that we had one idea of the trajectory of where our lives were going, and now all of a sudden it's looking like something different. And so this can be throwing some of us off, right? It can absolutely be, it can be disconcerting, I guess you could say, when all of a sudden we're like, wait a minute, I thought I was meant to do that. Or I thought that was happening. Or I thought, you know, whatever. I thought. As soon as we have the words I thought come into our minds, we already know we're in trouble, right? And so it's less about the thinking and more of the feeling. This new moon in Leo, which is happening during this 8/8 portal, is all about getting out of the head and into the heart. Moving into the heart. All right, that's how we're able to most easily go with the flow. We become the flow when we move into the heart center. So become the flow. Become the flow. Surrender. Let go. Allow yourself to be moved more and more deeply into alignment. Right? We don't have to move ourselves. All we have to do is relax, surrender, and we will be moved. Right? It's sort of like when you lie in the water. You lay and you float in the water and you just allow it to take you wherever it is that you're meant to go. Right? You just drift right downstream. That's what we're being asked to do right now. Our guides, our angels, they say we are positioning you to be exactly where you need to be. To do exactly what you need to do, what you were meant to do, exactly when you're meant to do it. So trust us. Trust us. Trust and allow. Trust, allow, and align. That's it. Trust, allow, and align. And then we have Archangel Geramiel coming out. Geramiel. Learn from your challenges, relax, and trust. I'm telling you guys, that's it. We're just being asked to relax into it right now. We're being asked to trust. Especially when on the outside, we're being shown all these reasons why we shouldn't, right? That's that fear. That's that false evidence appearing real. That's why we have to see through that illusion. We have to feel through that illusion. All right, and just relax into it. And you see he's got the waterfall behind him too. And he's got the dove perched on his hand. Whatever challenges are being shown to us in our reality right now, they're revealing something. They're helping to cultivate an awareness within us so that we can shift the things that still need to be shifted. That's why those challenges are present right now. We need to learn from them. We need to listen to the messages, right? And it's the dove is a messenger of love, right? So what are the loving messages that your challenges are seeking to communicate to you right now? Can you trust that? Can you trust even in your challenges, even in your difficulties? Can you maintain that faith even when things seem to be going and flowing in a different direction than what you had anticipated? Those are the questions right now. I am always safe. I am always cared for. I am always loved. I am love, right? Just know that. We're just being asked to know that. And once again, repeating that that really powerful message that I heard on Empath Uprising's channel from the Pleiadians that really struck a chord with me. That everything in our reality right now is saying, thank you, I chose this. I chose this. Okay? I chose this. And being grateful. Being grateful for the challenging moments in our lives. Being grateful for the moments that feel easier, that feel gentler. Knowing that all has a purpose. Knowing that all has a purpose and a place and a reason. And being open to the awareness that it's attempting to help us cultivate. Now we have Archangel Aurora, welcome new beginnings, let the sun shine in your life. And we have Archangel Lavender, prepare for soul healing, forgive and release everyone. That's powerful. Okay, these are those beautiful new beginnings. But in order for us to have access to these new beginnings, we have to release. Right? And you see she's releasing the dove. So for some people it's releasing love or releasing distortions of love, attachment. Positive, what we would consider positive or negative attachment. Attachment is attachment. All right, attachment comes from a sense of lack, from a sense of need, which comes from a sense of lack. It comes from a sense of mistrust. So there's deep soul healing that's available to us right now. And that deep soul healing will provide these new beginnings for us. But we need to forgive and release everyone and everything. It's not ours to hold on to. Like we were saying, right? When we hold on to something, we are preventing that energy from being returned to source, from being liberated. We need to liberate that energy. Liberate our energy. Liberate others' energy. This is a powerful time for releasing soul contracts, for releasing, cutting cords, releasing ties, for calling back pieces of our souls. And if this is energy that you guys want to work on, my email's in the description box below. Please reach out to me. Yeah, but this energy of forgiveness and releasing, that forgiveness energy has been coming through strong this past week. Where it is that we need to forgive others, that we need to forgive ourselves, that we need to forgive God even. The time for holding on has passed. Why hold on to that heaviness? It's like Source is coming through and saying, let me release you from this burden. Let me take that from you. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. I can hold that. You don't have to. Yeah. And then on the bottom of the deck, Archangel Azrael. It's time to let go, prepare for change. The change can finally come in. That shift can happen once we release, once we let go. And notice how he's holding a baby here, right? So that's the new beginning. That's what's ready to be born. That's like us. This new, ooh, and that's beautiful with the infinity sign above the head too. That's the next phase of our own evolution. That's us being reborn fresh and new. Ready to begin this next phase of our lives. Major changes coming. Beautiful new beginnings. I'm feeling with the let the sun shine in your life. I'm seeing the sun card from the tarot in my head. All right, that's beautiful. That's bliss, that's fulfillment, that's happiness. If we are willing to accept it, if we're willing to receive it, if we're willing to let go of what's wanting to be released, the healing is there for us. Yeah. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. Drop a comment. Let me know how you're feeling, how these energies are resonating for you. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there too. The next full moon ceremony is in there. That's going to be, as of right now, on the 22nd. I may have to switch it to the 21st. I haven't, it depends on some scheduling stuff, but we do that every full moon, and that's going to be a powerful one because we have the second full moon in Aquarius. Of course, with this new moon coming up on the 8/8 portal sandwiched in between, and you guys have heard all about that. So hopefully you'll join me for that live event on the 8/8 portal. If you want to join either my class or any of the other classes that are being taught in this next wave for Synchronicity University, Nadia Shah's astrology school, you are welcome to join. There's a link below for that in the description box as well. You can still choose your own tuition rate as low as $5 a class until August 30th. I made a mistake the other day. I thought that was only going until July 31st, but it's August 30th. So still plenty of time for that. Yeah, I feel like that's good for announcements. You guys know I say the same stuff every time. I love you. I appreciate you so very, very, very much. Mwah.